Hey everyone, I'm Rich Wortman. I am the Trash and Recycling Chair for Inman Park Festival, and I created this video to explain how to do the job as a trash and recycling volunteer for the Big Tent Zone and the Trash Palace. So as you can see, I'm currently situated on the corner of Waverly and Euclid, right on the other side of Springvale Park, a nice area to host a festival, if I do say so myself. I'm going to take you through a document that just explains the job, explains the expectations. There's some changes that we're making to this zone this year, but if you volunteered in the past, and I know some of you have, um, they should be pretty low impact, but they should have a disproportionate impact on our sustainability improvements that we've been working on. So let me share a quick document and take you through that really quick, and we'll cover two key areas um, to make the Big Tent a successful zone. Okay, so first things first, let me thank you for taking the time to volunteer. You are what make Inman Park Festival special. We wouldn't be the festival we are without volunteers. You're the engine that makes this thing go. So I greatly appreciate you taking the time to um, volunteer this weekend. Uh, okay, number one, top priorities. The number one priority is safety. Safety for you, safety for the people attending the festival. How do we achieve safe outcomes? Well, because you're charged with driving a golf cart through a festival footprint that's very pedestrian friendly, um, these are the key tips. Stay within the zone. Uh, you never know what's going to happen with so many people coming to a festival. It's not unreasonable that people will ask you for a drive to their car. Politely decline to do so. Our job is to focus on trash. That job is big enough. There's no reason to shuttle people around our neighborhood. So please stay inside the zone at all times. Number two here, slow and steady. The footprint can get quite crowded. You just want to make sure that you're driving at a safe speed. I like to generally drive at the rate people are walking. Yes, it's slow, but the trash will be there waiting for us. There's no reason to rush. Plus, turning golf carts around in a crowded footprint, you don't want to do that too fast. It just introduces risk that is avoidable. So just go slow, slow and steady. Um, Now, more about your personal safety, but hydration. There will be water towers that are in the footprint. Bring a water bottle, fill it up, stay hydrated. Don't want anyone um, getting dehydrated out there, depending on how hot it can be. I just want to make sure everyone has the right access to water. But like I said, I recommend bringing a water bottle and hitting the water stations to keep your fluids up. Always apply good judgment. Number three here. There's really no substitute for this, but if something seems unsafe, don't do it. If you're concerned about someone asking you to do or telling you to do something, escalate to me if you feel like it's an unsafe choice that you're about to make. We want to make sure that safety is prioritized and that you in particular are applying good judgment to get through the festival safely. Always err on the side of caution and decide not to do it if something seems unsafe. Showing up, want to make sure that people show up for their shifts. 80% of our success is based on volunteers showing up. So we're counting on you to do that. I understand it's a busy weekend for everybody, but showing up is half the battle, and it will make us successful. Meet the previous shift to transition. I like to transition for the big tent here in this location because it's very chill, very relaxed. There's not a lot of foot traffic on this backside, which is a great place to transition. But more on that here this map that I'm about to take you through. So here's the dumpster at the bottom of Springville Park. This is where the bocce courts are. This is where I suggested, this is where I'm standing right now. This is where I suggested exchanging carts between shifts. Just, it's a nice area. There's a little bit of trash. It's blockaded off. It's usually supported by police officers. It's just a good transition point. Just to take you through this, obviously this is where Springville Park, we want to make sure that we keep these receptacles cleaned as turned over as well. This is where the bathrooms are. This is actually indicative of a water tower, which I think we might have there. I'm not actually 100% sure. And then this is a very busy intersection, Euclid and Elizabeth. I mean, this is the heart of the festival. So it gets really busy. Sometimes it's worth not even bringing a cart into here. But, you know, I think that's a pretty safe play. Like I said, apply good judgment always. But this is the footprint of the big tent zone. Where all these consolidation of trash receptacles are, that's underneath the big tent. I'm going to explain how that's changing slightly this year. And these receptacles might be pushed over a little bit to this orange area that we're calling the trash palace, but I'll get to that here momentarily. So what do you do and how do you do it? If you're new to the job, here are 10 easy steps. If you've been doing this for a long time, I think this is probably old hat for you. But let me take you through these 10 steps. Number one, refer to your map, kind of know where you are geographically in the festival footprint and where the trash cans are. Number two, drive your golf cart to the area where the blue circles are. These are the approximate locations of where our trash bins will be located. Empty the trash bins, recycling, and landfill waste that are filling up and tie off on the bags. Replace the liners. Black trash bins are lined with black bags. Recycle bins are lined with the clear bags. Okay. Place the full bags on the bed of the golf cart. Drive them to the dumpster. Empty the full trash bags into the dumpster. High five your partner. Enjoy the festival. Take a sip of water, and then repeat until your shift ends. So pretty straightforward. I mean, those are the core of what we do in those 10 easy steps. Now, what are you responsible for? A key to the golf cart. There's nothing sadder than a golf cart that has lost its key. It grinds our efficiencies to a screeching halt and is so frustrating to see a golf cart just sitting there that nobody can use, especially when trash is piling up. So please hold on to that key. Make sure that it always, always, always stays with the golf cart. Number two, a radio. We have radios in the golf carts. They are insanely expensive, so please don't lose them. I have a toolbox that I keep with the golf carts. These toolboxes, you can put the radio in there. You can put the golf cart key in there. It'll be outfitted with other, various necessities, gloves, etc. But that toolbox just helps keep things organized. Onto gloves. If you, I will provide gloves, just the neoprene, like rubber gloves, disposable, cheapies, no, nothing, nothing great. If you have a preference for better gloves or you have your own gloves, I would recommend bringing them. They're just going to be better to get the job done. I bring my own gloves. I like the ones with the rubber coating, but they're like $8 a pop. So the festival doesn't have the budget to outfit everyone with those. So anyways, bring your own gloves if you want a better quality experience. Else I'll give you some of the gloves, which will at least keep your hands clean. The trash toolbox. So I like to, like I said, I like to have a trash toolbox in there just to keep things organized. And it works well because you can fold up the seats and just put the toolbox in there. Most times the golf carts can do that. I expect the same will happen this year. And then teamwork, number 5. You're responsible for being a good team player. This job can introduce some variables that were unexpected. and we might have to clean some mess up that isn't part of the job description. So that's just why we want good team players that are contributing to the festival. Okay, so Trash Palace and Sustainability Zone, taking you through this. This is new this year. And like I said, I'll go back to the map, but let's just outline what this job is, what it looks like. So we have sustainability initiatives that are getting spooled up, and we want to make sure that we're doing a better job with recycling, making sure that it's getting to the right recycling facilities. Compost, same situation. That initiative or that success is really predicated on making sure that we are sorting on the front end. So we've introduced something called a trash palace, aka sustainability zone. What this job does, what this zone is responsible for, is helping people sort their trash into the appropriate categories so we can effectively dispose it in the most sustainable way. We want to divert food waste, plastic, aluminum, and glass from the landfill and recycle these items. Patrons who show up and throw out some trash, you will accept their trash and do the sort appropriately by category. You can even offer them a sticker that we'll have to reward them for doing the right thing. Here's a picture of the vision or inspiration of this recycling palace. So you can see better signage, you can see better categories here for landfill, for compost, and then glass and plastics and things like that. So again, those volunteering here will accept the trash and then do the appropriate sort. Now you might be thinking, well, how do I know what goes into the right area? Well, we will have similar receptacles and similar signage. The signage is kind of broken down like so. This is, just small versions of it, but I've got the 8.5 by 11 version. Plastic waste, glass waste. We're not going to expect a lot of that. That'll be mostly at the bars and things like that. But we might collect it here or do some kind of pre-sorting activity with glass. But the average festival goer isn't going to get a glass bottle or a bottle of wine or whatever. That's more at the bar area. But we're going to make sure that we have a means to dispose of that. Blue plastic bags is where the glass is going to go. Plastic is going to go into clear bags. Aluminum is going to go into clear bags. Compost is going to go into green bags, and then landfill can go into the black trash bags. Here's the sticker. Hopefully you can see that. This is the sticker that we came up with. It's about an inch and a half in diameter. Okay. That's the rundown of both the big tent area and the sustainability zone. So again, the two are kind of joined together, and I'm going to go back to the map and illustrate this is where the trash palace will live. So you will likely see many or much fewer receptacles inside the tent or underneath the tent, and they'll be redistributed here to kind of better demonstrate where we want to collect the trash and do a sort. Now, of course, we will still have some of these floating around and at the bottom of Springville Park, but a lot of what we anticipate is that people will come into this sustainability zone and then recycle their trash here, and we'll have good signage as well. So that's the rundown of the 2026 sustainability initiatives. One final point. If you get in over your head, please give me a call. It is busy. It is a busy weekend for me, but you can reach out appropriately, and then I'll do my best to make myself available. I will certainly be in the footprint of the festival the majority of the time this weekend, so I look forward to meeting you in person. Thanks again for volunteering. Thanks for all that you do to make this successful. Like I said earlier, we couldn't do it without you. Have a nice rest of the week. Thank you. Bye.